Grin Rising. To everybody joining. Grin Rising to everybody joining. Grin Rising to everybody joining. Y'all see my little tapestry. Alright, let me send out some invites. Tommy Intuition. Wait. Tommy. What your name is? My name Tommy too though. That's cray. My name Tommy too, bro. I'm gonna show you my name real quick. I'm gonna send out these invites and we're gonna get it in though. Damn, what the fuck my name tag at? Here you go. Oh yeah, my name Tommy for real. Not for short. That's my whole name. Tommy. But yeah, let's go. Let's get it. I'm gonna send out some invites. I'm gonna cook this motherfucking food. And we're gonna talk while I'm cooking. So that's how we're gonna do that. We're gonna talk while I'm cooking and shit. Washing me some clothes right now. But it's Saturday. It's all smoke Saturday. Smoky Saturdays. Let's get it. Cause I want the smoke. Who believe Kanye and Kyrie saying we the Hebrew Israelites? Who believe that? And I'm finna send out invites, so let's get it. Who believe Kanye is right about we the Hebrew Israelites and Kyrie? Cause we not. And I want the smoke, and we finna go in, and I'm about to explain why we not. And yeah, we're gonna go deep about that. We're gonna talk about it. Cause on my channel, over here, I'm about ready to nip that shit in the bud and be over with it. So the simple way to put it is we're not the Hebrew Israelites because Hebrew Israelites and Jews are a religious title, and that means that we are not actually that because a religious title is not an actual title for identification, whether it be nationality, race, whatever you want to call it, right? So that's the simple way of putting it. Exactly, was done by Yaqub, exactly. And when you look at the Hebrew Israelite shit, the fact that they saying we Jews, they not actually being honest about it because, let's put it like this. If y'all say y'all the Jews, then why aren't you doing what the Jews... Listen, when we went on our exposing rant, or whatever you want to call it, when we went on our spiritual awakening, and we wanted to expose the controllers, Grand Rise and I proper. But yeah, when we went to expose the leaders and the elites, it was the Jews. They were controlling everything. This is why they say, yeah, Kanye speaking the truth, because he know who the controllers are. So we know that they're controlling everything, right? And then, not on top of that, but we not only did we expose them for their fact that they're controlling everything, but we also expose them for the sick shit they do in their traditions, their religions, and then where it comes from. Right? So we expose so much about these people. The Jews, the Hebrews, right? The rabbis, the religious people. Specifically, we expose religion itself. But for some reason, these people believe in what Kanye and Kyrie is saying. See, they don't realize that Kanye and Kyrie are control opposition, that these Jews or these elites are using these people. Now, here's one of the ways that we can point out how we know they're using them or what they're using them for. When they say that we the Jews, and check that out, I'm gonna make some shrimp scampi. But when they say that we the Jews, they're basically saying, you know those guys we was exposing? You know those people that we called out for all their sick indoctrinations and their sick rituals and how they was doing mouth circulation, circumcision to the babies, and how they pedophiles, how they're pedophiles, how they control the media and control all the artists and damn near every last one of these politicians and celebrities as puppets to do pedophilic and weird ass rituals. We knew this. We knew that these celebrities were puppets, right? And that's what I want to make clear. And see, this is the crazy thing. I'm mad that I ain't got a lot of views. I only got 2 motherfuckers right here. I'm mad that that's all I got. I'm about to type in motherfucking hashtag we are the Jews, nigga. That's what I'm gonna put. Hashtag we are Hebrew or some shit. And I'm gonna just find any name that say that, nigga, and I'm gonna just send it. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to everybody, nigga. Yeah, we are the Hebrews, nigga. Come on, Hebrew Israelite. I'm gonna put on the Hebrew. I'm gonna type Hebrew Israelite, nigga. Yeah, that's what I want. I want the smoke. Yeah, we are not the Hebrews. Yeah, the Hebrew queen. Yeah, everybody come on with your Hebrew. Come on, Hebrew. Come on, Hebrew. Israelites. Now I'm gonna type Israelite. Israel. Yeah. Let's go. I'm trying to talk to these Israelites. I want to talk with the Israelites. I want the smoke. We are not the Hebrew Israelites. Where y'all at? And see, the point that I'm making is very, very clear. Very, very clear. We exposed them for all of the wicked shit. We expose all the celebrities for being down with it. That sold they sold. If they sold, they sold. Whether it be to the devil, to Allah, to whoever, we know that they fucked with the Jews and did the wicked shit. Okay, now let me wash this pan out and we're going to talk some more. Because that's ridiculous. For some reason, they forgot about our expose. Right? For some reason, niggas forgot. These were the sickos in society. They say, yeah, Kanye telling the truth. They do control everything. And see, when he said that, they took his money and called him anti-Semitic. But, just like Kanye said, they agree. They say, well, Kanye's also telling the truth with this. We can't be anti-Semitic because we the Semites. We are the Jews, so we can't be anti-Semitic. And that's stupid. You can't say that. That's dumb. They saying, hey, we can't be anti-Semitic because we the Jews. This is what they say. We can't be anti-Semitic because we the Jews. And then when we called out the Jews for telling the truth, you see how they censor you? You see how they do this? You see how they do that? So when we was calling out the Jews for that sick ass shit they was doing, them Hebrews, them motherfucking Hebrew rabbis and them Jewish rabbis and all of them that speak Hebrew, that's in Israel, that worship Israel, that wear the Israeli flag, the Star of David, Star of Remphan. Oh, we gonna go deep. We gonna go deep. I just want niggas to get a good gist of who we talking about here. I just want niggas to get a good gist of who we talking about. We talking about the same Jews that sucked the babies for circumcision. We talking about the same Jews that came and colonized every land through the Spaniard, through the whoever tribe, so that they can come and slaughter everybody, take their land, give them a new language, give them a new religion, give them a new way of living. This the people we talking about, right? So if these the people we talking about, and Kanye was spot on about those people that control everything, then why come niggas are claiming to be them? So nigga, then that means y'all niggas are the ones who do the sick shit. Y'all are the ones who put your mouth on baby shit for goddamn a ritual because of your God. God gave you that name as a chosen one. You're the chosen one, right? You're the chosen few of God, right? And these are the things that we expose this so-called chosen few of God for doing. But now we got niggas trying to piggyback on that title. No, we them too. We them too. Oh, you are? So when we ask for our reparations, you gotta give it back then. When it's time to lock up the pedophiles, nigga, that's your family too then, huh? Oh, no? No? Oh, see what I'm saying? So you can, y'all, see this, and this is what I mean. If y'all got any niggas who claim in Hebrew who fuck with Kanye, who shared some shit about Kanye, who shared some shit about Kyrie, send them this live, man. I want the smoke, man. I want the smoke. I cleaned out this pan and the shit was it's too big. I know I'm gonna need something so I can put the top on it. So I'm gonna have to clean this one out. But send them this live, man. Send them this live. Cause I want the smoke. I'm about to nip it in the bud today. I'm gonna nip it in the bud today. Y'all niggas wanna be Hebrews? Y'all wanna be motherfucking Israelites? You know what the Israelites did to the native people in Africa? The people who followed God, the Israelites, who was sent to go slaughter other motherfuckers because they weren't Israelites because they didn't follow God. That's who y'all want to be? I thought we got away from religion. I thought we got away from this God. Not just the biblical God, but all gods, but specifically the biblical one. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm breaking down to y'all who the Israelites historically and religiously. See, historically, the Hebrews or the Israelites are the Jewish people, the Jewish rabbis, the Jewish leader. These are the people who worship the Torah, who read the Bible. They're the people who into Moses, Allah. It's an Abrahamic religion. And that Abrahamic religion encompasses that specific style of God, if you will. And so that's that religion that's encompassing those few select few have a certain few people that say we're chosen by this God within this religion, being called Hebrew Israelite. See what I'm saying? These are the people who are trying to be identified with the label of being Jew.
Hey,
what's going on, man?
We're talking about the cubing of Allah, the cube Allah, the Kabbalah.
Well, not really, not right now. Not too deep. We ain't going too deep on that.
But yeah, that's essentially what it is, right? It's the chosen people of the cubed God. The chosen.
But hear me out, though. Hear me out. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't know if you know, but Kanye West and Kyrie Irving has been like.
They just said that they're fucking Israelites, dude. I saw that. And
and everybody in the black.
You know what's fucking hilarious, bro? Mimic in a match with Kyrie Irving. Mimic is a match with Kyrie Irving in gematria.
But check this out.
Because they're representing. Sorry, yeah.
Check this out. His name is Kyrie, and you can say Kyrie, and then his name is Kanye or Kanye. Because he just fucking changed his name to call me Ye or Ye. Some shit like that.
It's the Cairo, it's the Chiro, it's the Christ, it's the KR, right? KRS-One, all these fucking rappers.
Facts.
But
this is the thing I'm trying to explain to the ladies, because the lady said that they don't really they don't get it. So I'm trying to break it down as simple as possible without going too deep. So basically, the people who call themselves Hebrew Israelites and the Jews are the people who follow this Abrahamic religion. You can say it's God, it's Allah, whatever names that Yahweh Shai, Jehovah. These are the people who follow that God. And
Yeah.
they call themselves the Jews or the Hebrews. But when we look back, so-called historically or religiously, the Hebrews or the Israelites were the ones who were damn near going around in Africa forcing motherfuckers to worship this God.
Yes, dude. And this is why voodoo is so infiltrated. Like, or voodoo and vodou. Like, it's all, like, you see Jesuit gods in voodoo practices.
And so the reason why I'm beefing with this ideology is not only because I thought in this so-called community we were supposed to be away from these religious books, doctrines, and titles. Not only that, but didn't we, everybody, for once upon a time, expose all of the Hebrews and Jews for their wicked culture, the wicked rituals they be doing? Some of the nasty.
Yeah, dude, the fucking Canaanites, bro. Like, that's... You just gotta look at the Canaanites. Where did they come from? What were the Canaanites? Why were they giant, supposedly? Right? And
You see what I'm getting at, though?
it's, yeah, dude, the shit's that people are so inverted, and that's why the fact that Kyrie Irving is a match with imposter in gematria shows that the Jews, right, because that is gematria, is Jewish practice, they're making fun of the Hebrew Israelites and people who, you know, that are fucking falling for Kanye.
Exactly. That, and he's saying that basically, and see, one of the biggest problems that people not recognizing is this: that when you say that we the Jews, now they're throwing the dirt of the Jews on your ass, and you get the exception.
Exactly, man. You don't want to be a part of Cube Allah. You don't want that.
Now, when we say, man, the Jews that's controlling shit, we don't know their faces though, because they the hidden hand. But now we do. Kanye
Yeah,
just
dude. Now we'll know who's an eagle and who's a snake. They're coming out with the new Hunger Games, and the trailer is literally like, "This year, you will know who is an eagle and who is a snake." And
exactly.
It's like, if you know, like the tribes, right, guys? The eagle represents the free from the cube, and the snake is the fallen angel, which is the tribe of Dan. They're represented by snakes, and all tribes of Israel supposedly come from the tribe of Dan, which is Irish people, mixed European people.
Fucking Irish people, nigga. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Is, see, and you have to really be, and one of the things that's what's really getting exposed right now is idol worshippers. That's who getting exposed because technically, really, they really only agreeing because they worship these idols. They worship these celebrities.
Yes. Yeah. Just because red is red and blue is blue, they're like, you're my team. Doesn't make any sense.
Like, bro, everybody knew the Jews was controlling shit. Okay, cool. He said something. Finally, one of the fucking celebrities said what we've been all saying.
Yeah.
Finally, we needed that so that the other sleep people can wake up. But then you turn around and nope, we also the niggas that we've been exposing. Yes, we are. See, you knew he was the truth. No, wait, what? No. And remember, if we even gonna go by the Bible, because I know a lot of Hebrews would try to bring this argument up, but they are the Hebrew, but they call themselves Hebrews, but they not.
Mm-hmm.
So then why did we when we was exposing, why did we attribute that name to the people doing all of this weirdo and sicko shit? Why are we attributing the controlling mechanism and all of the indoctrination and bullshit that happened to humanity to these set of people by this name if that's not their name? What is their real name? Because if we all knew their real name, why haven't we been giving it to them? Go ahead.
I was just saying, you gotta, like, I brought the tribe of Dan. You gotta know these things in their history books that, because they can't lie all the way. Like, because they cubed Allah, which is basically means they quantified God. Because they revealed the image of God and quantified God, they can't lie. Like, they're a part of the script now. So they have to like imbue the little like fucked up things that unveil it, whatever the Jews that aren't the real Jews scheme. And it's
Hey,
the
bro,
tribe
and
of Dan
see, that's
that unveils
what you
that.
said is hella deep too, because what you saying is this. I'm about to go deep. Watch. Let me make sure I'm doing it right. I'm gonna take you from the butter in the non-stick thing. All right. All right. So look, they're worshiping this cube of Allah. They're worshiping Allah. This is also what the Star of Remphan or the Star of David is showing you. It's showing you the cube basically unfolded. But when we point out the fact that they're worshiping the cube of Allah, right? They're worshiping, when we say the Kabbalah, and they're trying to be deep about saying they're the Hebrew Israelites. I'm glad that Resonant brought that up. But I'm about to kick your other account.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Hey,
But when we saying that they're worshiping this cube of Allah, or they're worshiping this God, technically what this God is, this is the cube. And they're worshiping this cube or box or square because what it does is it's a container or harnesser of energy. So it can harness energy. And technically, theoretically speaking, the God that is the cube would be harnessing souls. And what they would have to do is feed the souls to this God by allowing people to claim the name of the food of this God. Because God is coming back to eat these people who are the Israelites. Everybody else got to stay here and just
maybe
suffer.
Saturn eats his fucking kids,
Exactly.
right?
So the chosen ones is literally the chosen food, basically.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
choosing
And
to
this is
eat
why the
you.
144,000 is such a fucked up thing. Because it's like everybody wants to be on the fucking meal plan.
Thank you.
Basically.
But they don't know it's a meal plan. They thinking because they're in a religious mindset that, hey, I'm the Israelite, I'm the this, I'm the that. So what they're doing is they're being taught that going to heaven is not the slaughterhouse, but like we've been said before, it's the slaughterhouse. So they're given this fantasized version of when it's time to perish. They're given this fantasized version of how you were chosen, which is when the shepherd came to choose the sheep. It wasn't because the shepherd loved the sheep. It wasn't because the shepherd wanted to take care of the sheep so much, and because the
It's because
shepherd
they
saw that.
played a role in which they were born to lose within.
Exactly. And this shepherd is
Yeah.
basically selling the sheep the ideology that,
You're
hey,
an example of what's bad about existence.
no, you're perfect for me to pick. Like, out of all the sheep, I chose you because you're special.
Yeah,
But
but then think about it, like by the concept of him being the flawed God, by him picking
right.
them, it's symbolic of how they're like a bit. What, anyways, I don't want to be racist.
But I mean, but see, but this technically, this whole ideology is racist
Yeah.
because when you
Well, we have
start
to
to
start
say
getting into eugenics and stuff. It's why the Theosophical Society knew so much about people's phenotypes, their bone structure, and everything. They weren't hateful towards anyone. They just had to understand the shit to figure out where things separated themselves in history.
I mean, yeah, exactly. You could say it started off in that way, and it just kind of took a turn. But see, the problem with black people or anybody claiming his Hebrew Israelite and all of that is this. Well, I'm gonna start it off like this. It don't matter who you are. If you claim Hebrew Israelite, first thing first is you gotta probably know Hebrew. Second thing is you probably have to be from Israel. The third thing is you probably would love the Jews. And this is where every last one of these niggas are false claiming because y'all don't do none of that. And the one nigga who do speak Hebrew and maybe even went to Israel don't fuck with the Jews because the Jews control everything. Remember, the Jews are the reason why motherfucking white supremacy, black supremacy, terrorism, Jews are controlling
They
everything.
control both sides. Fucking hilarious is the reason why they control both sides, because they have both bloodlines in them.
All the evils of the world we attribute it to the Jews. But when it came down to the fucking idols saying that, no, man, we the Jews. Everybody forgot all of that information. And see, this is the same type of psyop that was given to us with religion, with Jesus, with motherfucking Anunnaki, with melanin. We were given the same ideology that, hey, if you just color code it, these niggas gonna fall for it. If you just put their face on it, they gonna fall for it. So when it came down to Jesus, a lot of black people ran away from it. A lot of black people said, man, we ain't fucking with Jesus. We ain't fucking with that Bible. But then they found a color-coded Jesus, a chocolate Jesus. And then they said, oh, yeah, no, Jesus is real because he got dreads now, because he black now, because look at his nostrils. But that don't change the fact that it's all a form of indoctrination.
Yeah, the actual story behind it. Like, why was Quetzalcoatl from the Aztec mythologies, why is he depicted as a bearded man with a white robe who walks in fucking all gracefully, right? Like, it's the same symbol.
This is what I mean, though. That's exactly what I mean. And then what we do is
I have an event that I got a speaking engagement out here in Seattle. I was gonna do a master's class. I was gonna see who wanted to come out for it. I was gonna probably bring out like 2 or 3 people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but hold on real quick. I don't want to forget. But with damn, I just forgot. Damn. But yeah,
the image,
oh yeah,
bro, the image, the vibe
exactly.
of Jesus.
But what exactly? And see, what we do is we'll glorify it if we put our face on it. So if it was some people that was in the point of being controlling, being the indoctrinators, being the oppressors, if we put our face on it, then we're gonna try to switch up how it was going. Then now we're gonna try to switch up why they was doing it like that. We're gonna try to giving it reasons why, excuses and shit, so that we can now attach ourselves to it without being attached to the dishonorable part of it. And that's where we fucking up. We trying to be, listen, the truth is we want to be the oppressor. Every fucking oppressed motherfucker has been in a place of brainwashing to the point where they wanted to be in his seat. The slave at one point in time just wanted to be a fucking slave master so he could enslave motherfuckers, and specifically the niggas who slaved him. So it's a complex in the human mind to get this form of revenge.
Yeah.
But we're not realizing that that's what it is. And it's deeper than just revenge, because your revenge is being controlled by your oppressor. That you can only think of revenge in the bounds of what they give you. So you can't think of revenge outside of your own instinct. You got to come with revenge in the form of
really
being
well, it's shown in the form of reverse racism. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Facts.
You know?
Facts.
And
That's exactly.
I want to hit on something that you're calling Judaism, because what we know of as Judaism today, that was actually formed in the 13th century. That didn't come about until the 13th century, when you get the creation of the Zohar and the creation of the
Lurianic Kabbalah.
Exactly. So you're getting into all of that stuff right there. But actually, Kabbalah existed before that. So what they did was they're reworking.
Yeah, that's why it's called Lurianic, right? The lunar school.
Exactly. So what they're doing is they've learned the science, the spiritual science, but they're working it in reverse.
Right.
You see? Yeah. So it's not that, and what you were saying was so true, because about the I wanted to go back on that too, of eating and the sheep and them using these feeding people to the slaughter. If you go back into the days and you study the Torah, you'll see that there were giants in the land of Israel. You'll see that there were giants, and they had to go and slay giants and stuff like that. Goliath was a descendant of one of those giants and stuff like that. So these giants were literally eating people.
Yeah,
they literally people,
and those are the descendants. That's the fucking tribe of Dan shit. They're the Canaanites of the carnal cannibals. Canaanite, the can. They got canned. They got the fallen angels. Whatever the fuck the story is, they're lower. The fact is that they're lower consciousness.
If you would, but see the same thing about the Nephilim and the giants is basically the same thing we started realizing when we started waking up about the Israelites, that they were following this God that were basically rampaging across the damn globe to kill off the people to take their souls up. They basically have the souls of man. And this his main child or his main protagonist, or if you will, would be Jesus, the one who's basically leading the masses into slaughter willingly. And in the form of basically saying, hey, well shit, you should want to be eaten by God. This is what make you chosen. Hey, God don't eat nobody else. He only eat the good shit.
Yeah, dude, it's classic cult
Yeah.
behavior.
You'll eat the good
Yeah, it's
shit.
Moloch worship, dude.
Well, I mean,
Go ahead.
we're looking at all these different deities, and I need for people to realize that they're anthropomorphizing a lot of this shit, right?
Yeah.
Like so you're seeing these horns, they're symbolic. You're seeing some of this stuff. These are symbolic of things. These were actual motherfuckers that was on the planet. You see what I'm saying? They trying to make you think that this was some spiritual shit or whatever, but it was some real significance to this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us are not catching that shit. You know, like look at, like I was telling Hugh the other day, look at the show The Smurfs. We look at the Smurfs and we think of these little Smurfs and then this Gargamel dude like he a human. Nah, Gargamel represented a goddamn giant. Smurfs was representing people. And remember, Gargamel didn't want shit from the Smurfs but to eat their ass.
See?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. You
He
talking
want
about that evil white dude?
yeah, he didn't want shit else. He didn't want nothing from the Smurfs. He didn't do shit. He just wanted to cook their ass and make some fire ass recipes.
Yeah, I did not know
You
that.
know what's
Bro.
weird? He kind of looks like a friar too, like a Catholic, like ascetic friar or something.
No, but he's Jewish. Gargamel. That's the
Yeah. He's the L.
yeah. That's a Hebrew.
But I was just showing
Semitic
the
name.
horns on this guy. It's from Asia. His name's Zuan Wu. The black tortoise of the north is like his symbol in the mythology, but he's like stepping on the turtle, he's stepping on the snake, symbolic of the tortoise field, and then the kundalini, and then he's enlightened, he's doing the hand gestures, right, raising his energy up, and his crown is unlocked, so he's got the horns, crown of horns.
But see, I say this, man. Y'all niggas want to be Hebrew Israelites and all the Hebrew shit that we've been exposed, we pointed out. Let me see one of y'all niggas go ahead and copy one of them Hebrew rituals then. Let me see you do the mouth circumcision. Let me see y'all do the same shit that they do. But
No,
see, the thing is, the rappers, we expose the rappers for damn near doing it. And when the rappers say we do it and we one of them, why come the niggas just copying it by mouth? Nah, nigga, copy it with action. Let me see you really be down with them. But we not really down with them. Those are just people we like, people we love. And it's not a bad thing to love a celebrity, because shit, celebrities be spitting some real shit sometimes, and you can connect through that music. Y'all can, there's a connection. We agree with some of the things that we all can go through some of these things. And it's not a bad thing to have somebody, you might like their music, you like their message. But the flip side is, don't just follow what they say because they that nigga, because they that bitch or something.
right.
Yeah, bro.
No, but like you were saying, but like I tell people, if you're saying that they're using this stuff to control, then obviously there's some type of truth to what's going on, or they're working with some type of real powers. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I'm saying we have to understand the true origins of this stuff, because what they're doing is working it in reverse.
Yeah, they're doing lunar dark magic. It's fucking it's not solar light magic at all. It's not. The old mystery schools are long dead. Now they're doing sex magic and shit, pulling in yin chi through their parts.
And this is
killing
why
people under full moons and shit. This all comes from Druid stuff.
Right. And if you notice, that's why Moses was trained in all the ways of the Egyptians, and he left out with the traditions, but all the traditions on the Hebrew calendar are lunar based.
And see, and I want to talk about the lunar part. Because see, the next thing is gonna be, man, we the real Moors. And the Moors are the lunar, like a lunar type religion type shit connected to Muslims and shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, think
And,
about Lu, like Lucifer, Lu, right? And it's the light in the dark, the moon.
The lux. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The lux.
And that's another thing. The lux. I like you said that. The lux, because it's cool, or I wouldn't even say cool, but it's important in this conversation, mainly because of Egypt creating a place called Luxor, where we get the word luxury and shit from, based on these damn near Babylonian ideologies of luxury and
Well,
riches.
now you're getting into it, because now you have to go. Okay, the first pyramid in Egypt is Djoser, the Djoser pyramid, which is a ziggurat-based pyramid. You find that around the time of like 2600 BC. Well, those ziggurat pyramids were in the Levant area in Mesopotamia before that. See, there was a transmission of information that was brought into this region. You see what I'm saying? And if once you begin to see the transmission of information brought into the region, you see civilization take on a different form and a different shape. You see what I'm saying? All the cults, all the things get formulated. We forget that they were fighting over, these were cults that were actually fighting one another. You get what I'm saying? Cults that were literally fighting one another to have control of the people's mind, because, and not just the people's minds, but people's pockets. Because if the people were coming to your temples, they were giving offerings, they were giving money, they were giving rams, sheeps, and all, and gold, and all this stuff. They were bringing that to your temple. So it's important for a temple, you know what I'm saying, to have their god to be the main god. You know what I'm saying? So these priests were warned. You know what I'm saying? This what the Vatican learned its form from, to have a military, and all of these things. You get what I'm saying? We get all of our concepts from back during this time, during the early starts of civilization. You see what I'm saying? So when we go back, we still see that to this day. And that's why I say it's not just the Jew, because it wasn't the Jew that set up the postal service.
Right.
See, the postal service goes all the way back to Egypt. You see what I'm saying? That's who's running a lot of this shit.
And see what I was gonna say too about that too. I was gonna say that when we attribute it to the Jews, a lot of the times it's not specifically this religious Jew man that we might recognize with the twist, but it's the ideology. It's the mindset of which a true Jew is like us three. Because we really the Jews. But the fake Jews are the ones who's going based off a landmass, going based off a certain God they follow, going based off a certain tradition or ritual that they do.
Family tradition. They didn't really experience anything.
That's a
They're going off the
pseudo-Jew.
word. Yeah.
We true Jews, and it's not because of who we follow or what God we identify with, but it's because of the righteousness that we uphold.
Yeah. I call that a Mizraelite.
Mizraelite.
And it's the same, but it's basically the same shit. Because these so-called true Jews, the true ones, according to religion, would have been an Israelite.
But you know, we know that. I mean, this is what I tell people, and this I talk about this all the time, and take people back in a historical way, showing them how we are and where this stuff comes from, what it really means, the true origins of this stuff, because it's very important that we understand that we are the only ones that can reverse the will. You know, we're the only ones that can really manipulate the frequency to the point of getting it back to the right harmony. You get what I'm saying? And until we all start coming into these truths together and understanding and walking in it, you know what I'm saying? It don't mean I can't do it by myself. The brothers can't do it by themselves. Like this has got to be a collective effort. This has got to be a push, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you this. You think you free, right? I'm gonna show you this. You think you're free. The courts can say this. I demand to see you in my courts. Now it's their court. Now, if you know anything about courts and anything about this, the minute you walk into there, you're in their jurisdiction, you're under their laws, you're under their things. Now, you knowing that, you could say, no, I don't want to go inside of your courts. Guess what they'll do? They'll put a warrant out for you.
Right.
Now wait a minute. You don't want to go. You don't want to be in that court. You don't want to
Matter
be
of
a part.
fact,
But now they
and
put a warrant
I'm
out
gonna
for you.
take it one step deeper. When they say, "Hey, we want to see you in our courts," they don't even gotta tell you. They'll just say it.
It's a
And
summons. It's a summons. It's a summons, right? And then,
if you don't find out or hear about it, you fucked. Go ahead, bro.
right, and then they hit you with the warrant, and then they arrest you, put you in chains, and then they make you go inside of their courtroom where you're under their jurisdiction and under their laws, right? So now wait a minute. I never wanted to be in here in the first place. Now you're gonna play a word game with me, right? And I don't speak your language because you have a special language that you speak when I enter into this place, and I don't speak that language.
Fact.
So now you don't even deem me as a sovereign or as an equal. You see what I'm saying? So now where's the freedom at in this?
Ooh, I got you. Check this out. Because when you go into this place, now it's a whole new world. Like you said, you gotta learn a language. Part of their language is when you put your hand on that Bible. Now your identification with religion might matter. Now, if you claim as a Jew, you might have a certain type of different reaction because according to how they operate in this courtroom, and they think it's like on maritime law and this and that. The waters are governed by what kind of god? This moon god, the lunar god. And if they're going based off this moon,
Poseidon.
Poseidon. I was just about to say it. Neptune, Poseidon, bro.
that
Dude,
too.
if you go to fucking Ukraine
Olokun.
right now, bro, they're worshiping the black hole sun and Poseidon. They got the fucking
Now
trident right
watch this.
there. And
Now what government is over the maritime government? That's the postal government, right? That's
Facts.
the postal government. Now what is something that is sovereign over everything in the world? What is the most sovereign thing in the world? Is a thought. A
Facts.
thought is the most sovereign thing in the world. It doesn't come from anyone's territory.
Facts.
It doesn't reside in anyone's state lines. You see what I'm saying? This is why your thoughts and your words are so important. This is your sovereignty right there, your thoughts and your words, because they can manipulate your actions sometimes.
Feel me? And see, and that's another point I want to point out too. That a lot of black people say, well, our melanin make us chosen. Our this, our that, our swag, our intelligence. Well, then stop piggybacking off their titles. Come up with your own title. If they fuck that title up, although you said you had it first, cool. Let them have that shit. They keep copying you, right? Get a new one. Because what they doing
yeah,
is right now.
let's make up a new religion the other day. Like that's the kind
Right,
of
because
shit we have to be on.
yeah, I said let's make our own mythology. And why not try to kind of like talk shit about it? And I'm like, bro, he said, this sounds pseudo to me. And I'm like, bro, no, it's a mythology.
That's
It's
not
not supposed to be
pseudo.
real. It's not supposed to be.
But
Like
but is
it's
that not
going off
is
of
that
what you
not
know and
what he
then
is
coming
that
up with
not
new
what he doing?
names. Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That's what he's trying to do, like telling everybody he's a god and that they're the gods and now everybody's a god, then who's the servant?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we go into these
Yeah, you
conversations.
start making a cult, bro?
But
Exactly.
no,
Yeah,
you know who's the servants? The niggas who claiming Hebrew Israelite.
you see what I'm saying? So you become just rewashed and remixed into a whole new cycle.
Because truth is, the Hebrew Israelites supposed to serve God no matter what. You don't supposed to do what you want to do. You don't have free will as a Hebrew Israelite under God, nigga. So anybody claim Hebrew Israelite and Jew shit, you a servant forever. And this is the ideology they giving you. They know that basically in physical form, they the God. So you the follower then. And they got the puppet Kanye and Kyrie to keep that motherfucking mindset going. You get to change the name of the slave. We don't get to call ourselves slaves no more. We call ourselves Hebrews.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
and
but no,
we got the gematria to fucking prove that Kanye and Kyrie are both being used right now by the Jews to start a Hegelian dialectic or a divide and conquer tactic in the fucking zeitgeist, the conversation.
This is why I don't even watch this stuff. Y'all know more about what's going on in this media crap than I would ever know because I don't keep
Dude,
up
it's
with.
fucking ridiculous. There's
That's
no
why, yeah.
point. Like, good. There's no point in looking into it because it's literally just a fucking field of spears, and people are just jumping onto it, dude.
Yeah.
That's it.
A field of traps, fucking
That's
spears.
why I said this is my live. That's why I said in the beginning before y'all came, this is my live to nip it all in the bud. Cause I'm tired of niggas just
I
motherfucking.
want all the smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Well,
I'm tired.
I give you the smoke when it comes to like being a Hebrew and a Jew because ultimately like that's something that comes from us. Like and like I said, you have to go into the true traditions of Judaism. Judaism was formed in like the 13th century. That's what I'm saying. This is something that was done in Europe, so this is them creating their own, or going into the ancient mystic schools or getting interpret. If you notice there was something in Europe known as Egyptomania. Egyptomania came about in Egypt. I mean, in Europe, around the 12th century and stuff. It's when they started going and digging and finding more artifacts in Egypt and stuff, and everybody wanted to walk like an Egyptian. You see what I'm saying? So they were all just fascinated with Egyptian stuff. You get what I'm saying? So this was
But
going.
we gotta ask this question:
Yeah.
how is it that they doing that as if the Egyptians just disappeared?
No, well, no, and that's why I tell people where we went and where the Nubians went, and how the Cushites are still there, how the Nubians are still there, how some migrated to the west, how they went to the east. The Hindus Kush Empire was a huge empire, part of the Egyptian Empire. You know what I'm saying? So you have all the way in India, all the way in Asia. You know what I'm saying? People that extend. This is when they talk about the lost tribes of Israel. What they're breaking down is the 12. They're really breaking down the 12 of cataracts that existed outside of Egypt that was a part of the kingdom. You see what I'm saying? And outside of there, you had the priests. You had the priests that were out that represented the temples, and their main home was actually in Egypt. So the priests of Ptah were known as the Sem priest. This is where you get the term Semitic from. You see what I'm saying? This is all this comes from this particular term. So once the Egyptian Empire was defeated by the I think it was first the Akkadians, the Akkadian Empire. The empire was dismantled in that part of the world. So
So
you
you said the word Semite come from what?
the word Semite comes from the priest of Ptah. And we carried that, and these were the priests that you saw on the walls that wore the leopard skin. You see what I'm saying?
Were they see when I hear a Semite, I hear
Yeah.
descendants of Shem.
Yeah, no, you hear that from the Bible, but when you go to Egypt and you know where the word Shem comes from, you'll understand that was a priestly order. This is where you get the craftsman school. This is where the Masonics come from because Ptah was the god of craftsmen. This is where you get the Masonic order from. You see what I'm saying? He
It's
was
like Nabu from
it,
Sumer. It's like
exactly.
Thoth. It's like Hermes.
Well,
It's
Thoth was his or who you're calling, or Jehuti was actually his scribe. You see what I'm saying?
mhm.
So yeah, so you get into all of
I
that. He
told
was the
you
guy.
archetypes though. But
Hmm?
see, let me say this though. Let me say this. All of the characters you naming are
Yeah.
fucking mythology.
No, wait. Before we throw that shit away into a mythological pot, right? All the
No,
everything that
it's
he
not to
just
say I'm
everything
throwing
that
it away.
hold on, wait, God. Before we just throw everything that he just talked about into a mythological pot and be like, I don't want to eat that shit, right? We have to
See, that ain't
understand
what I'm
that
doing.
everything that he was just speaking on, he was speaking on different archetypes. Every like
I know.
Thoth, Ptah, those are all archetypes to a bigger picture. You feel me?
Yeah, they know
But
Ptah and Thoth are different. I was just saying, like, it's the wise man, the one who knows how the fucking world works. You know,
I mean, that
and there's
But
different
see,
levels to that for sure. There's true embodiments of the solar, whatever, the Lord of Lords, and then there's people who are just wise to the way things work.
yeah,
But they
Here,
hold the
I
same.
get it.
here's the origin of the word Semitic right here. Here's the origin of the word Semitic right there.
Sam
a priest.
priest.
So I'm gonna give you the real psyop behind this whole Kyrie, Kanye, Semitic, Shemitic, Jim, Jules bullshit. They're trying to not break a spell that they casted in the first place. You feel me?
What's
The
they
whole
spell though?
concept, the spell is the concept of like what is it called? What is this place called? The Levant, right? The body of the earth, right? Which is like the root of the earth is like, you know, California, right? The heel, right? Hell, heel. The California is being the root, and like the serpent, right? And the serpent is awakening right now. So like we can speak on like things like Kanye and Kyrie and different forms like that, but like the real essence of all this bullshit is the energy of what you physically are actually awakening. That's what's actually happening, and a lot of
Yeah,
niggas aren't.
that's why I brought up at the start of the stream. Hunger Games. They're coming out with the new Hunger Games, and the trailer is like, this summer you will now know who is an eagle and who is a serpent. And they like unfreeze. They both unfreeze and they attack each other. And it's like, you know,
That's.
it's fucking,
I
you
wish
know,
I
the
was here
snakes
when
and
you
the
showed that
eagles.
shit. That's yeah. That's the
But you know,
program that's
let me
being
say
ran
this
on the
though.
earth
See,
right
when
now.
you said that,
Like literally, the program
listen,
that's being
listen to
ran
me,
on the earth right now is that you're either an angel or you are a demon. You feel me?
listen to me, Black.
Like,
Go listen.
Yeah.
When you pointed out the fact that they're basically trying to like diverge us from going to our awakening or waking up to Kundalini and shit like that. That's I like the way you put that. I really agree with that. Because what it'll do is attach us to something that will keep us stagnant in our growth. Because now to agree to
exactly.
even if
Creating
we said no, that's
creating
no listen, hold on, listen. Even if we said, yo, we are the Hebrew Israelites, that's facts. We haven't been living like Hebrew Israelites. We don't know much about the true version of that other than the fucking religious part. So we're gonna have to take a lot of our time to get back to being a Hebrew and other. I'm talking about according to the way Kanye doing it. Because see, Kanye not saying Hebrews and Jews are some deeper shit. He's saying follow Jesus, nigga. You a Hebrew
Okay. Right,
because
right, right.
God told you.
Exactly. I want y'all to pay attention to that. Who actually knows what our ancestors were saying, the commandments, the oral traditions, and the teachings? And that's a very powerful question, because a lot of people are acting like they do, but they really don't. They really don't. They have not done the work. They have not done the work. They have not done the insight. They have not taken the spiritual journeys. They have not scholastical works, because if you say you don't need books, you a lie. You understand what I'm saying like this? Because it requires a scholarship and to go into some of this stuff. You can't just say whatever. You get what I'm saying? So for me, this is why I don't listen to everybody, and truthfully, why I don't listen to Kanye. I do believe that Kanye is helping certain people, but he's also hurting a lot of people at the same time. You get what I'm saying? Because there is some truth in what he's saying. Yeah. But at the end of the day, where's he leading people to? Where's he
He's
leading?
just leading people to the open part of the fucking rabbit hole. He's not explaining the bottom of the
Exactly.
rabbit hole. He's just opening it for people, and it's
But he's
baseline
smart. He
divisive
knows what
programming.
he.
Hold on,
This
y'all.
is why.
Hold on, y'all.
Hold
Resident,
on. This is why I got beef with what he doing, because just like he said, Resonant said, if he do know the deeper truth of it, he's not explaining it. So he's giving people this
Dude,
layman
he's
term that
mocking
is
people
not
so
gonna
hard, and
is
he's
not gonna
probably
hold on.
mind
He's
controlled.
not gonna lead people to the deep part of it, to the very truth essence of it. He's gonna basically lead people back to the part where it's still indoctrination.
Yeah, and
okay,
he's probably fucking RC card right now, bro. Like mind
like this
control.
is what it is, right? So this is what it is, right? Because like I want a Resident to speak more on it, because he's totally right. What Kanye's doing is he's luring the rabbit out the hole so the rabbit can be in the field, right? Now, what happens when the rabbit's in the field? The hawk can get it. You feel me?
Yeah, but so
Exactly.
can the fox. And when the fox and the hawk battle, it causes chaos.
And watch this. It gets even deeper. The reason why I showed you about the Sim priests, because these Semitic priests dealt with two things. One of the main things they dealt with was funerals. They did the rituals for funerals. And one of the main rituals was the opening of the mouth. So the controlling of the words, the controlling of the mouth it was a ritual that was done a lot in this tradition. So what you'll see a lot on TV is rituals of the controlling of the mouth. You see what I'm saying? The manipulation. This is what we call puppeteering. You see what I'm saying? But this
master of puppets.
right, but this puppeteering, this form of this comes from rituals that go back a long time ago, and this manipulation, you know. And how do you really control the words that are uttered out of a person's mouth? Because I spoke on this yesterday too. The mouth is the only fucking thing that has two gates and a wall to guard it, because of its creative power and its destructive power. So now if someone can take control of your words or take control of your mouth, they've taken control of your ability to give life, take life. You know what I'm saying? Speak blessings, speak cursings. And they're using you as the instrument. You see what I'm saying? And this is a prime example of what you're seeing with Kanye. You're seeing a traditional opening of mouth ceremony.
Yeah. Opening of mouth ceremony, man. Exactly.
And make it deeper, make it even deeper. The fact that you pointed out, they were really the priests over funerals.
Yeah.
So when Kanye pointed out that these are the people who are the priests or the controllers or whatever over the funeral and the dead, and they playing with the mouth, whatever, they're puppeteering the dead bodies. They moving the arm here or there. They cleaning it. They doing that. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. Let me finish, though. Hold on, let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
The thing that make that important is this: that if this is what the Semites do, and we're anti-Semitic because we speak against these niggas who controlling the niggas who want to be the puppeteer, the one who control her, the one who's making you speak this way or that way. We against those niggas. Why is it now that we agreeing that we are them niggas and we with them niggas?
Okay.
It's because now they're starting to show their feathers through Kanye. The things that Kanye is saying is he's just unveiling the cube. Once you understand what the cube is, it's the universal consciousness. It's the false light matrix. It's the cube of Allah. It's the cubing of God. It's the quantification of our spirit. It's the soul trap. Then you'll see why it's so alluring, because it's true. Everything he says for the most part is probably off a fucking a script from whatever a long time ago or of recent, doesn't matter. And it's made to entice people into their nihilism.
Well, that's how it's
worship
works.
of the nothing.
You have to tell the truth.
Black Madonna, the fucking darkness. This is why it says always wear black. Every event he does, you have to wear black. You worship the Black Madonna, the black cube.
I want to harp in on that point that Hugh said. Why? That's a powerful question. Why do we say that we are
Can
those?
y'all hold on, y'all, because I'm microdosing right now.
Oh.
And can y'all please give me a logical, something logical, right? Because Resident just said Black Madonna, and my sister called immediately.
Your sister
as
was
soon as he said
bro.
Black Madonna, my sister called. I what the fuck?
Yeah, she was just finna call you. He just said it. I don't know. Sometimes people make stuff like that. Like, man, nah. It's just.
No.
I mean, and you can say that. You can say that it lines
up.
up. You can say that it aligns. You can say that.
Well, it's a part of his world.
I don't believe. I don't like bro. If you believe in what is it called?
Coincidence.
No, synchronicities are a thing, but the other thing, significances. Yeah, significances. If you believe in significances, you're a fool.
Coincidences.
People can play. You feel me? There's no such thing as a significance.
Hey, they finna cut the live off. Hey, this was a fire live. If y'all want to talk about a different topic or something, we can do it. But I'm just ready to nip that in the bud. We got it out the way, mushed on it. Let's go.
For sure.
Restart.
If y'all want to.
Yeah.
Low key, I'm gonna have to drop down and drop back up. Oh, you about to do it? Okay, yeah.